Good morning. My name is Tracy Spinka-Domes, and on behalf of First Unitarian Church of Wilmington, Delaware, I welcome you to our online worship service. Whether you are young or old, doubting or believing, embarking on your spiritual path or firmly in place with your beliefs, you are welcome here. Regardless of whom you love, how you identify, where you live, or who you voted for in the last election, we welcome you. We are grateful that you have chosen to spend your time with us today. Please check our electronic news for announcements. If you are not subscribed, you can sign up via our website. This morning, we welcome Reverend Andrew Weber back to our pulpit. Reverend Andrew is a proud, lifelong Unitarian Universalist currently living in Newark, Delaware, with his wife and 2 small children. He is the travel program director with the Unitarian Universalist Partner Church Council and believes strongly in incorporating spirituality and faith identity in travel experiences. With the current restrictions on travel and changes in all of our lives, Reverend Andrew is mainly a stay-at-home parent, striving to continue to live a faithful and grounded life for himself, his family, and the world. And now, let us prepare our hearts and minds for worship.
Good morning. Please join with me today in our responsive call to worship. The words will be on the screen. I will start in the first voice, and if you would respond in the italics. We gather in reverence before the wonder of life, the wonder of this moment, the wonder of being together, so close yet so apart, each hidden in our own secret chamber. Each listening, each trying to speak, yet none fully understanding, none fully understood. We gather in reverence before all intangible things that eyes see not, nor ears can detect, that hands can never touch, that space cannot hold, and time cannot measure. Come, let us worship together.
As I light our chalice, the symbol of our faith, I invite you to join me if you have a chalice at home. Today's verse is part of a larger piece, Winter Solstice, by Reverend Rebecca Parker. Perhaps, for a moment, the typewriters will stop clicking, the wheels stop rolling, the computers desist for computing, and a hush will fall over the city. For an instant, in the stillness, the chiming of the celestial spheres will be heard. Stunned to stillness by beauty, we remember who we are and why we are here. Please join me in affirming our mission. First Unitarian Church of Wilmington is a beloved community that nourishes minds and spirits, fights injustice, and transforms the world through loving action.
Our time for all ages this morning is actually a physical movement activity. So I encourage you all of you, yes, even you, to stand up, get a partner, or by yourself, and engage with this activity as you are able. I'm sure that you're able to modify some of these if you need to be seated, but this is a great time if you have little ones around to get one of those little ones and engage in this activity.
Hey everyone, this is Lydia from Origin Yoga and Wellness. In today's series, I'm here with my little friend Stella. Hi Stella. We're here to practice a partner, mom and daughter, or family Tai Chi yoga, or we call it Yochi. All right, when we're ready, let's get started. Let's come to the center of the mat, release the hand, and then we'll start with lifting the heels, 垫脚跟. Okay, so when you're ready, inhale, lift up. Okay, we hold hands, lift up. Yay! And exhale, come on down. Good. One more time, inhale, lift up. Heels up, yes. And exhale, slowly. One more time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Awesome. Okay, now we release the hands, feet together, hands on the knees. Good. And then we rotate the knees a few times, big rotation. Now switch side, opposite direction. Good. All right, now work on straightening our legs and hands to your hips and open up nice and wide, okay? So open up nice and wide, good. All right, inhale, exhale, push your hips forward, good. Now to the side, back, and all the way around. Now let's look forward, good. Now switch side, opposite direction. Go the other way, yes. Big circle. You're doing great. Last one. Okay, come back. Okay, now hands to the shoulder. Let's look forward and look like this. Open, close, rotate the shoulder. Very good. As big as you can. Okay, opposite direction. 反方向, good. Nice. 3, 2, 1. Release the hand. Good. Okay, now let's open wide. Stand nice and wide. So 脚打开一点点，再张开一点，很好。Okay, now knees soft. And now we're going to do Tai Chi breathing. So left foot 45 degrees. 左脚45度. Yes. Okay, when you're ready, draw the chi in and push it out. Inhale, draw the chi in and push it out. You can add in the feet in and out. Use the whole body in and out. Last one. In and out. Good. Come back. Now the other side. 下边右脚45度，很好。好，脚张开一点。Relax the knees. Okay. Now drawing in and out. In. 画个大圈，很好。吸。Two. Breathe in. Breathe out like water. In and out. Last one. In and out. Good. 好，慢慢回来。Let's come back. Awesome. Bring your feet in. 脚并起来。Okay. Now we're gonna rub our hands. And imagine the color of rainbow. Color of rainbow that would bring you health and happiness. Okay. Now imagining the rainbow in your right hand, left hand extended, and begin to tap the rainbow into the whole body. This technique is called cupping. It wakes up the body. Now switch hand. 好，我们看前面，很棒。All right, now tap the shoulder. Good. Tap the shoulder and chest. Okay, coming down, tap the stomach. Remember to bring your hands to a cupping shape. Now the hip. Now all the way down to your legs, knees, all the way down to the top of the feet. Good. 脚往后面. And coming back up from the back of the leg to your hip. Nice. Now open up the leg and do the inside. 里面，好，对。Go all the way down. Let's come back up. Very good. Okay, so use 3 fingers, tapping the top of the head. Tap, tap, tap. Tapping the whole head. Grab your ears, rub it above. Now tap, tap, tap the neck and chest. Awesome. Good job. Give you a high five. Yeah. 还没好，最后一次。Okay, now we do yoga pose. 准备好，竖式 tree pose. Alright, let's come to stand. Okay. 好，我们脚张开一点点。好，这样找到重心，竖式。Okay, tree pose. Find your balance. Now inside leg has all the balance. Start to bring your outside leg in. 右脚 来，往上。Okay, that works too. And then reaching up. Ooh, using your partner to help you. Now start to bring your arms up. Arms up. Good. Okay, she wants to let go. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. 好，慢慢慢慢放下来，很好。Okay, let's switch side. You wanna go here? 我们换边。Okay, now same thing on this side. Hold hands. 我们握手好不好 ？Okay, 好。Hold hands. Getting ready. Same thing. Outside leg. Bringing it in. Good. Okay, arms up. Higher, 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 higher. And go. Slowly come back down. Awesome. Okay, let's switch back, switch back. One more time. Okay, 好 airplane 飞机，飞机，好来，拉着手 ，OK， 好，先用左脚 ，OK， 好，左脚，好，慢慢的往外 ，start to lean forward while you kick back and fly like an airplane， 飞起来，飞起来 ，fly fly fly， 3 3 2， 没关系，跌倒没关系，再起来一次 ，What 啊 ，Good good good， OK， now switch side， we're gonna switch the legs， 像变另外一只脚，再一次牵手，好，站稳重心 ，start to find your ground and begin to kick back, lean back, lean forward, and spread the wings, spread the wings, yay！ 好，慢慢起来，太棒了，耶！最后一次呼吸 ，OK， last one, breathing, left hand on the heart, right hand on the stomach. Close your eyes, 闭上眼睛。And feel your breath. Inhale, feel your chest rise, stomach rise. Exhale, letting everything go. Inhale, feel yourself grow taller. Exhale, completely relax. 最后一个呼吸 last breath, deep breath in, deep breath out. Alright, bring our hands to heart center. 手掌合十在胸前。谢谢你的练习。
I hope you feel more centered and present with that practice. Let us pray. Marvelous truth, confront us at every turn, in every guise, iron ball, egg, dark horse, shadow, cloud of breath on the air. Dwell in our crowded hearts, our steaming bathrooms, kitchens full of things to be done, the ordinary streets. Thrust close your smile, that we know you, terrible joy. Please join me for a time of silence. Part of our worshiping together is sharing from deep within, that our sorrows might be lessened and our joys increased. You will be invited to call out into this holy space, into your holy space, a name or names of those you are holding in your thoughts this morning. It can be for prayers, thoughts, support, joy, or happiness. Spirit of community, in which we share and find strength and common purpose. We turn our minds and hearts to one another, seeking to bring in our circle of concern all who need our love and support, those who are ill, those who are in pain either in body or in spirit, those who are lonely, those who have been wronged. Please share names of those in your thoughts. We are part of a web of life that makes us one with all humanity, with all the universe. We are grateful for the miracle of consciousness that we share, the consciousness that gives us the power to remember, to love, to care. Please join me for a time of musical meditation where we reflect on those who have been called into this special time. Presence has two different meanings, two very distinct meanings. The first of sort of being mindfully aware in the current moment. I am present. I have presence. I am here. The second meaning is the existence of something other than ourselves. Like there is a presence in the room. There's something other here in the room. There are parallels between these two, but also there's a distinction. So is it presence or presence? The idea of bringing awareness and mindfulness to the moment or acknowledging a transcendent otherness. Presence can look like a couple different things. It includes being yourself truly and wholly. It encompasses taking the time and energy to know someone else for who they are, without stereotypes, without assumptions. Being present also includes spiritual practices, like the Tai Chi we had, like prayer, meditation, walking in the woods, sitting and giving thanks before eating. Presence means being aware and mindful of your personal theology and the transcendent reality which you name as holy. Presence covers the tasks of knowing what you are doing in each moment, who you are, and who and what is with you. So being present with yourself sounds like it could be easy, but there are times when we don't want to, or times when we can't be present with ourselves. We may try to ignore our inmost feelings or desires. Being present with yourself means acknowledging who you are, what you are feeling, and what you feel called to be. And frankly, we are not generally in a cultural place where it is easy to be present with ourselves. I have my phone, my computer, tasks for work, school assignments, movies, TV shows, books, family, which can all help me be in a place where I forget who I am and instead enter a place of escape, a space of unreality. This is actually one of my personal hardest areas of growth. When I feel overwhelmed, when I feel hurt or confused or scared or sad, I tend to, it's called self-narcotize by escaping into movies, into computers or books, without engaging with my feelings, without being present with myself. But being present with oneself doesn't mean being an ascetic and never having these times of escapism. Being present with oneself means knowing the appropriate time, knowing the amount to engage in those escaping activities, and also to have the time when you are with yourself, when you're with yourself in a real manner. The Tai Chi introduction we were blessed with, a sitting practice, taking time to turn inwards. These are ways to be present with yourself, but it also includes being present with what you are doing, in addition to the special time you may set aside for an in-depth practice when you're washing the dishes, when you're driving a car, when you're preaching in a church, when you're watching a sermon, when you're watching a movie or checking updates on Facebook. You can be aware that you are washing the dishes, driving the car, preaching a sermon, watching a movie, or scanning social media. I am preaching. I am preaching. I am scanning social media. I am scanning social media. Just through that litany, I'm able to be more present with myself. And it's funny because I wrote this, and I'm doing it right now, and even in the moment, I can feel more present by saying, I am preaching. And when I am more in touch with myself, I am able to be more present with you. Being present with other people takes work. It takes time. It is work to really be present with each other, but that work is worth it. We need to get past our small talk, our generalizations, and see each other for the amazing, the individual, the beautiful, the flawed people that we all are. The task, then, is to engage with others, starting on the surface and hopefully getting to that deeper level. Because once again, we have many ways to not engage with each other, to not truly be aware of their great selves. All our social media outlets are great buttresses for in-person contact, but oftentimes they take the place of authentic community. And it's even harder now when social media is our main way of connecting with people and that we're not in person as much. Now more than ever, it's hard to have real connection with others. But make sure that your distancing is only physical and not emotional. Near the beginning of the pandemic, my son had a virtual birthday party, and we had friends from across the globe attend. This is a way that you can use social media to enhance those connections. I recently had a virtual drink with a friend whom I hadn't seen in years. Social media, Zoom, Skype, these are ways to help us continue the personal and real connections, but make sure also that we're being safe, because we need to remember those personal connections. And we can keep going, too. We can be fully present with non-human animals. We can be present with the natural world. We can be present with human-made objects. Yeah, really. We can. This involves the practice of taking a mindfulness walk, walking around and being present with what you see, what you hear, what you experience, going bird watching, sleeping under the stars, taking the time and energy to really connect with nature. It can also mean attentiveness to smaller aspects of the world. I'm reminded of an activity you can all do right now. I actually did it with my family last night during dinner. They thought it was a little strange, but they went with it. So right now, and you can try it after the service too, whether you're alone or with family members, everyone take one piece of fruit. Yeah, fruit. I brought a piece of fruit so I could demonstrate. It's my apple. And right now, you can do it during the service, you can do it afterwards. Take that fruit, study it. Study every little blemish, every mark, the different colors. I see something hit this apple right here. It's sort of half green, half red. Its color, its odor, how it shines or not, the shape of it. And when you have truly gotten to know your fruit, when you feel like you know this fruit really well, by what it looks like, how it feels, how it smells, put it back with the other fruit. Put it back. And then later, try to find that one specific piece of fruit, the one with which you have been present. This is presence with a piece of fruit. Presence is taking mindfulness quite seriously and consciously being aware of those unique identities and compositions of everything with which we interact, the uniqueness of a piece of fruit, the uniqueness of a person, of ourselves, of a certain spot in the world. The practice is the same of conscious mindfulness. The choice is whether we aim the practice toward ourselves, toward each other, toward the world around us. And here's where I get a little theological. I mean, that's sort of my calling. That's what I'm being true to myself. I get theological. Because for being mindful with ourselves, being mindful with each other, being mindful with the world around us puts us in touch with something larger than ourselves. When we are conscious of the uniqueness, the commonplaceness of any bit of the world, we start to experience a transcending mystery and wonder. Now, what do I mean when I say transcending mystery? Well, that's the cool thing about Unitarian Universalism, is that a transcending mystery can mean many different things for me, for you, for different people. For me, the presence which we witness to, the transcending mystery, the divine, is life and love. The lives that we share, the lives that other animals have, the plants, the world around us as a living and changing entity, the interactions between those, the care between us, that is my divine. I view the divine as a verb, as a relational concept, both embodying and transcending everything. Martin Buber, a Jewish theologian, says this: when two people relate to each other authentically and humanly, God is the electricity that surges between them. When two people relate to each other authentically and humanly, God is the electricity that surges between them. When I talk about the divine, when I talk about the sort of big P presence, I'm speaking of this electricity that surges between people. The electricity that can surge also when you are truly yourself, when you are truly with a place or an object. I feel connection to this apple. What is that? I don't know. I don't know. I agree with this quote from author Henry Miller. The moment one gives close attention to anything, even a blade of grass, it becomes a mysterious, awesome, indescribably magnificent world in itself. Wow. I agree with that sentiment, even though it makes no sense to me and I can't really explain or understand it with facts or figures. I think this is because I know it to be true. I know it to be true here. I've experienced it here. I don't need to think about it here. The moment one gives close attention to anything, even a blade of grass, it becomes a mysterious, indescribable world of itself. Wow. This is the witnessing to and the creation of that transcending mystery and wonder. The divine, the holy God, a presence. A colleague of mine says, that which grounds us and that which surrounds us. That's the presence. Our practices of being mindfully aware to the world help us give and sustain that world's deeper meaning, that which transcends. We do this by being truly and fully ourselves, by being truly and fully with each other, and by being truly and fully with the natural and the created world. One leads to the other. Being present helps you feel presence, helps you be the presence, which brings me to this beloved community, this fellowship of faith, this fellowship of faiths with more than one faith. It has been said that one of the main reasons that people come to religious communities is because they are seeking intimacy and ultimacy. Seeking intimacy and ultimacy. What are you talking about, Andrew? Intimacy. Intimacy is that deep connection we share with each other. It is being able to ask someone not just what do you do for a living, but what sustains you from the inside when all else falls away. Intimacy is that feeling that the holy in me is reaching out and acknowledging the holy in you. Our culture doesn't always allow space for intimacy, but we do here. The quest for ultimacy, then, is going beyond ourselves. Ultimacy is striving for something of ultimate reality, ultimate worth. It is being part of something larger than oneself. Finding what you commit yourself to as an individual, what you commit yourself to as a community. When we acknowledge the divine in others, when we see the inherent worth and dignity of each other, when we join forces to promote love and justice in the world, that is ultimacy. Intimacy and ultimacy. The quest for intimacy and ultimacy is the quest for little p presence and big P presence, going deep with ourselves, going deep within each other, and through that reaching out beyond ourselves to the greater reality, a greater mystery. I'm hopeful that coming together here virtually puts us still in touch with our beloved community, puts us in touch with life in general. A faith community is one way of connecting to oneself, one way of connecting to the eternal. But most church communities are together, albeit virtually now, only once a week. This is where a personal spiritual practice comes into play. Something you do on your own that puts you in touch with an inner sense of calm and an outer sense of meaning. A spiritual practice is a way to connect with all aspects of our interrelated selves and that which goes beyond us. And we all have different practices that we may use to connect with ourselves, to connect with the infinite. Some of us may know right away what's helpful for me. It's like, oh, yes, of course. I like to go for long runs in the woods. Okay, I like to sit down and think and be quiet. Some of us know that right away what works for us. Some of us may still be searching or may have given up that search of a spiritual practice. Praying, walking in the woods, meditating, gardening, bird watching, journaling, running, writing, poetry. There are a myriad different ways to get in touch with ourselves and get in touch with that goes beyond us. I encourage everyone to try different practices, to see what helps you be present, what helps you see a presence or feel a presence, and what doesn't work for you. I could go on listing different things, an introduction to all of them, but you can just as easily do an internet search, or you can ask each other in the chat box. I'm not on the chat, obviously, because I'm here, but you can go in the chat box or do an internet search right now or later. Or you can go and check out books on the library. What are different spiritual practices? There will be more than you can go through. The resources are there. What do your friends and colleagues do? What do all of you there do? I encourage you to say in the chat, this is the spiritual practice that works for me. This is the one I tried and doesn't work for me. Spiritual practices are invitations. They're invitations to be present with yourself. They're invitations to be present with someone else. They're invitations to be present with something or some thought. And through that, embody, create, recognize that transcending mystery of life, love, and connection. I think this is the crux of a spiritual practice, to be able to be present with something, someone, oneself, and through that presence, create and sustain that which is holy. Okay, Andrew. That was a lot of theological explanation. What about an illustration to help elucidate for those of us who aren't moved by such verbiage? Well, good. I have two examples where I will tune in to being more present, where tuning into being more present has helped me recognize transcendent mystery and wonder, both of which are pertinent to me today. First is snow. And even it's so warm today, I heard that it might snow later this week. And I found it's pretty easy to be frustrated with snow. Snow makes travel difficult. It creates work in shoveling walkways or driveways. And if it's snowing, it's generally cold. None of those sound particularly pleasant. So when it's snowing, it can be very easy to think about all those negative things that are coming from frozen precipitation. So let's shift the focus. Let's shift the focus and try to be present with that snow. Let the quietness and stillness fill your mind. When I am present with the snowiness of snow, it becomes for me quite literally a winter wonderland. The wonder of watching snowflakes float down and listening for the imperceptible stillness of the season. Have you ever listened to snow fall? Amazing. This is the transcendent mystery which I experience when I'm present with snow, not when I'm distancing myself from it. Now, I understand that being present with snow, engaging with something larger oneself through snow may be difficult. They're all difficult. And here's another difficult example. One which hits me very hard this moment, and that's in general, I find nature and the natural world easier to see as a larger presence than me. What is more difficult and what I need to work on more is being present in the amazing gift I have, the amazing gift and the amazing work that has been thrust upon me of being a stay-at-home parent. I have my moments when we are playing together, reading books, talking, and we're all really present. I mean, they're probably always present in the moment, but I am not. But there are times when I am there, I am present. I see God in their eyes and their laughter. And then I have the moments when I wish, my children probably wish this too, that we all had some time without each other. That we all had some time where we were not staying at home together. Now, the hard part is entering into the invitation to be fully present, even in the grips of frustration. Is there a way I can hold my phone and respond to emails while I'm giving piggyback rides? Or what about trying to read a book in those few moments, while everyone is quietly playing by themselves? This is where I need to hear my own sermon. For when I remind myself to put that book down, to put the phone down, to not try to get anything done, which is tough, that's when I can actually be present, actually physically and emotionally and spiritually be present. And in being present, I'm open to the joy of unhindered smiles, the excitement of really silly games, running around the house, climbing up the walls. Literally, they started doing this, yeah. Being present with that joy, that fun, that amazement. Being present with questions about everything. There is wonder in being part of this, being part of watching the children learning, growing. There is wonder, but that wonder is lost when I'm not present. The transcendent mystery that small ones tend to be so good at witnessing becomes a nuisance when I'm not present, when I'm more concerned with trying to get things done or my own way. This is our charge. This is our charge for all of us who have experienced snow, for all of us who have experienced small children, for those of us who interact with anyone, for those of us with restricted movements during a global pandemic. See what I did there? That's broad. That means everybody. This is for everybody. This is for those of us who experience the season, for all of us. The charge is to be present with ourselves, to be present with each other, and to be present with the world around us. And when we are truly and fully present, We are challenged again to that presence beyond our existence, a transcendent mystery greater than ourselves, greater than our understanding, that which grounds us and surrounds us. So let us create the divine presence with our presence. Let us all embody the moment when we give close attention to anything, even a blade of grass, even a piece of fruit, such that it becomes a mysterious, indescribable world in of itself. Amen.
I don't know about you, but I always become a bit introspective at this time of year. I think about friends and family, both absent and present, as well as the general state of the world and what is happening in it. It is a time to think about and reflect upon those with whom I share this web of life. Supporting our church means not only funding the care of our building and the support of our staff, it also means supporting the great work we do in stewardship of both our fellow humans and this home we call Earth. How can I make an impact? What can I do? You might have similar thoughts. I am one. Alone, I may not be able to do much, but joined with others, such as our church community, I can make a difference. Giving to this church through annual stewardship and weekly plate offerings helps us do the great work we do. This is just one of the reasons why I give to this church. There are 3 ways you can donate to support our church. You can donate using the Give Plus app on your smart device. You can donate online through our website, or you can mail a check to the office. Please join me in dedicating our offering to the work of this congregation, which is weaving a tapestry of love and action. We dedicate our lives and these our offerings.
We receive fragments of holiness, glimpses of eternity, brief moments of insight. Let us gather them up for the precious gifts that they are, and, renewed by their grace, move boldly into the unknown.
I extinguish our chalice with words by Becky Loren. As flame is to spirit, so spirit is to breath, and breath to song. Though we extinguish the flame in the sanctuary, we may tend it in our hearts until we meet again.